congratulations, first match of the World Cup. Very good. Please, can you take us through the match first?
Yeah, the first game is always very difficult. First game of the tournament, I think everyone is a bit anxious, and things have just been sorted out. So I'm pleased with the result. I think that the quality of our field play was pretty good. I was pretty happy with the speed of the ball and the movements of the players. We didn't finish well enough. I think that's obvious. So we can improve on that. And the aim, of course, is to go better as the tournament goes on. In the first or second minute, we saved a goal of one of our players saved a goal for Malaysia on the goal line. Had that gone in, it may have been different. The game may have opened up early, but as it was, we had to fight very hard for the second goal and then third, fourth.
Yeah, I think we have a team that ranges in different experience levels, and certainly, as Rick said, we have to build into the tournament. I think we're very confident in our preparation and the players we have here, and I think it was about just starting off, and we did have some chances. We call it kicked a lot of behinds in Australia. In Australia, sorry, because we missed the goals many times. But when you have good players from the opposition, that's going to happen. We know we have to stick at them. Yeah, very, very proud of the players of all different levels today. We had a couple of guys playing their 4th World Cup. We had one guy playing his 12th international. So it's amazing the players we have in the team, and it's about building, and certainly that's a nice step for us as players to get that out of the way, and now we really focus on Spain in our next match.
Yeah, just for me, I think, like Nosey said, great to get the first game out of the way. Malaysia defended really well. It was tough up there for strikers. They were on our backs, very tough. Kumar played very well, as we said. But in saying that, we created a lot of chances, something we'll look at the video and go through and hopefully be able to finish them in later games. Just another note, obviously, it was sad to lose a couple of players that we did leading in, but the guys that came in did very well, and I think that shows the depth of our squad. So.
Thanks. Other questions?
Glenn, you scored the opening goal in the 2014 World Cup. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I was only after the game when I got told that. I wasn't really thinking at the time, but yes, I guess it's pretty special. But we had a lot of. I guess my goals come from good teamwork and a good pass for Kevin on that one. So yeah, it's great to get that goal. But like I said, we had plenty of others who could have scored as well that we missed.
Well, you had 40 yards to think about what to do with it. You played against Kumar many, many times. Did you try to outthink him?
Oh, well, I was actually going to go the other way when I was running in, because you have too much time sometimes, and he kept moving back and sideways. I didn't know where he was going, so in the end he stayed back with the goal. A lot of other players would have probably hit it, but I was lucky enough to take it to the right side of it.
Rick, you're coming up for retirement after the Commonwealth Games. Are you feeling any different to previous World Cups? Do you feel you're under any more pressure, or do you think you're putting the team under any more pressure because of the situation?
Less pressure, perhaps. I can see the end of the road. I've coached 4 teams at World Cups, and 2 of them we lost the first match. The other one we won every game. So who knows? I hope this is maybe one of the game. I hope that Glenn Turner scores a goal in the last game of the World Cup. But for me, the decision's a good decision. I know it's right, but for these next weeks, then I'm very confident in this group. Friday was a very difficult day for our team because Glenn Simpson and Russell Ford had to be replaced. That's always difficult. But fortunately, we had people here who were in film playing a lot. Again, we had a range of people who missed out on the team who I think make for a good deep squad, and I'm pleased with that. What we have here is a team that wants to be playing on the last day in the main game.
Yes.
So we hope.
Sorry, carry on.
Rick, what do you think of the pitch, and what do you think of the fact that it's green and not blue?
I don't mind. I'm quite happy with green. It's not a pretty green, but the pitch looks to me good. and I think the players are generally happy. They're nodding their heads. So we are very pleased with the pitch, and the watering seems to be working even when the sun comes out here in Holland. So there can be no problem with the facilities. All that looks outstanding.
Colour?
It's not the most attractive colour. But it looks quite good against the yellow and green. And of course the stadium is in yellow and green. I like that.
A little bit of indiscipline there, some couple of cards. Were you happy with the decision by the umpire?
I know. We played 10% of the game with the one player down. That's significant. If you're looking for what is a 1%, then that's important. You don't want to play for so long. But I thought both of them were incorrect. I wouldn't be critical of our players. We have to be careful with our tackling, perhaps. But I think I wouldn't be chastising the players too hard because I didn't think it was a discipline in either case.
And how's it to be, sorry.
Okay. I have a question in general about Australia. You're preparing for December with a team in Perth. Is that true?
No. Well, these guys are all off playing in India. We had 23 players in India. I don't think any other country did that. They in fact stopped the players going to India. So in fact our preparation was greatly interrupted by that. But there are always some advantages and some disadvantages. The fact that a lot of our players went off to play in India, and then that's 6 weeks, and then another week or two for them to recover from India. So sometimes even longer. Some came back injured, and so we haven't had what we would call an ideal preparation.
But usually you take half a year at least to prepare for big tournament.
Normally we would look for a chunk of time to prepare for a big tournament. Yes, normally, but it was interrupted this year because of Hockey India League. But for the players, I think it's important for them to have the opportunity to play there.
But what is the meaning of taking so long for preparation? Probably without playing test matches or something like that.
Well, the problem is that people need to understand that the world is bigger than Europe, and it cost us about $600,000 to qualify for this tournament. It cost Belgium, I imagine, $50,000, and we had to travel all around the world. And next year we'll have to travel again, so it's difficult for us. We can't come to Europe. We are coming to Europe for the Commonwealth Games in another month, so we can't come to Europe 3 times in a year because of cost and also because the travel makes you weary. We would like to, so it's difficult for us to prepare, and not having as many test matches as other teams is part of the deal. We have to play with. You know?
But how do you avoid becomes boring for the place to be in Perth for so long, and only training.
Oh, well, we went to the Aslan Shah tournament. The players came back from India, went to Aslan Shah. It's always a wonderful tournament, and we played some tough matches there. We played against New Zealand a couple of times, but yes, we've had less matches than other teams. Sometimes that makes you fresh. And when we play against one another, we usually lose. The first team usually loses against the second team. So we play very competitive games, and we've had more than a dozen of those. So I'm happy with the preparation. We're ready.
Okay, thank you very much.
More
Coach,
questions?
as you said that just before the World Cup, Hockey India did the most of the Australian